Hello everyone, welcome to August, and this is my Facebook Live, which will be turned into a YouTube video and you'll be able to watch it later either way on my Facebook page. Okay, so take a deep breath because it's been, isn't it? Okay, so I know that we've all been feeling it in different ways, and it's been really difficult for a lot of people. So this is the part where we just take a deep breath and breathe in and breathe out and release, and just get back in touch with your higher self, with your spiritual self, with your true self, and just tune in and listen and absorb the energy of the angels, okay, and all the higher energy that is there for us now streaming in, and I'll be talking about that today. So what my goal for today is just to do a quick review of July and our recent energies, and then move into August energies and all the light and energy that's streaming in with the Lionsgate portal, and then we'll do a kind of activation, energy healing, brief meditation kind of thing. And thank you for saying hi. Okay, and I'll very much organically see what comes up, and if we have room and space we'll do a Q&A at the end. Okay, but you're welcome to write any messages as we go along. Okay, all right, so first of all, July, how intense was it, right? So many of you know there was a lot of retrograde happening, and Mercury retrograde was so felt. I cannot tell you how much. So the Mercury retrograde part, which is just phasing out now, and it's moving forward, which means that things are opening up a bit more for us. And there's still a couple of weeks of that phase out period, but boy was it intense. There was a lot of miscommunication and technical mishaps and that kind of thing, and it just had a new intensity to it. But that's because, we can understand basic things about certain kinds of energy movements, like planetary movements, such as the usual things that might happen during a Mercury retrograde. But we have to remember that everything is moving and changing, and there are so many different energetic imprints and kind of influences, right? Such as other planets and other energies, and then we have the numerology, and we have so many things. So because of the time that we're in now and this new paradigm, so we've talked about how the world is changing and paradigm shifts and that kind of thing, but it feels like this is an extra new platform, a new paradigm that we're in. So because of that particular retrograde season had a particular intensity to it that was unique, and so it's a sign of the changing landscape. So I've just got goosebumps right there. So the angels are saying we're in this new kind of a landscape, we're in this new kind of a zone, and it's changing, it's constantly moving. So again, they're showing me the symbol of a billboard, and I saw a bird fly by. So I feel like I'm sidetracked, but I need to go into that. So the billboard, if you remember, if you watch my July live or video, I talked about a sign that came up as in a spiritual sign of the billboard. I just received the word image billboard. So if you recall that, since then, it really represented the news bulletins, right? And I kept seeing signs about that during that time. The biggest one was to do with Epstein. Okay, now if you are following the stuff about Jeffrey Epstein, it's just one component. It's like a domino. So I feel like I have so many things to say, but they're like scattered everywhere, right? And I do have an agenda for today and a dot-to-dot lineup. However, I know that things are sort of coming from all angles. But what I really want to say here is when I went for a walk earlier today, and I received the words making a dot-to-dot connection, right? You know how, and actually David Icke, the famous conspiracy theorist, or rather truth reality researcher, speaker, generator. He talks about dot to dot connections, and I really get that. So those of you who either have a kind of spiritual interest or interest in some of the conspiracies that are out there, and I've said before, I don't necessarily like that word conspiracy, right? Let's just call it truth revelation, truth seeking, truth finding. So when you join the dots together, before, yes, there was a dot here and a dot there, and you can never get the full picture, right? And now what they're showing me is that if you picture that dot as expanding, and so it's a more expansive consciousness, it's a more expansive understanding of information that's being received. So with the Jeffrey Epstein case, it's like one dot joins another one and they expand, and it's showing the whole network of diabolical, nefarious actions by the negative elite, and it's all coming together. So it's like a network operation, right? And these are pieces that we already knew, some of us, right? And they're pieces that are new, and they're all merging and intermerging. So there's a lot of expansion in that revelation of knowledge about negative events and negative people, negative situations, and just all of this sort of unraveling of the negative network of control and the systems that bind us in different ways. And there's so much about that I probably just need to do another video about that. But the point here is, through the eclipses that we had in July and all of the other energy, the eclipses really bring about truth revelation, okay? And that can be, and it's both for yourself personally, which you would have discovered, right? It's where all that stuff is illuminated and it comes out of you, and all that stuff that you buried deep inside, or anything that needed resolving that you just sort of put to the side or didn't want to look at, it stares its ugly face at you and you cannot escape it. So you can write comments about that and what came up for you. But I'm noticing it with everybody around me. But then in the political, social, global sphere, it became really apparent as well. Those ugly warts of the underbelly of Earth revealed their true, horrible colors, basically. Okay, now there's so much more, and there's so much more to come, but there's a great unraveling, and I have every faith. I feel so authentically, literally excited about the positive movements there are globally towards banishing and not just revealing, but banishing, towards changing the ugly system that we're in. Okay, this is harks back for centuries. And so we have the Babylonian, Luciferian mindset of some negative people. Hi, Joan, so glad you could make this one. Okay, so there's all the stuff going on. Some of you know heaps about the stuff, some of you just a little, some of you nothing. So, I'll do this in another video, but it really is about the current energies and the energies that we've been in. So there's been this intensity, and you could feel this build up, and this lead up to something. And there've been all these weird symptoms. You might have had full-on cold flus, or just aches and pains, even just random stuff. So it might activate your pre-existing aches and pains, or you just get random things like the other day, like a twitch in my finger. Like, where did that come from? Things like that. Unwellness issues of all sorts of different kinds, tiredness, exhaustion, especially in that at the moment. It's quite tiring. So restless nights of sleep, disturbed sleep, that kind of thing. Excuse me. Okay, and some of you, a sense of floatiness recently, like you're sort of drifting, floating, feeling dizzy, lightheaded, and that is really a sign of not only the energies, but also that you're not grounding, because grounding is such an important remedy. Okay, we really need to be grounding, and that will really help you anchor these energies. Not only anchor yourself to Earth, because there's all these light frequencies happening, okay, and then there's the interplay of the intervening dark, but also just for your physical body, to really absorb this. So grounding is really, really important. There's been these symptoms of kind of feeling like your reality's shifting. Sometimes things don't make sense, or you have these memory lapses, or just these really weird plays with deja vu or timeline reality changes, that kind of thing, or this sort of sense of things shifting but not quite feeling settled. So there wasn't much of a space to feel settled and find your new homeostasis, but that is coming, because a lot of you, it's like, when is it going to change? You know, like, it's coming. Okay. So grounding also helps you absorb the higher frequencies into your not only physical but energetic body, which is really important, so that you can be activated with the higher light codes. Because the darkness that is there, both the nefarious human or slash, we could say alien, all right, I'll get out there, interference, okay, and then we have the negative spiritual interference, and then we have both of those sort of interacting with each other. So in the greater, let's say probably like grid, let's just call it like a matrix grid if you like, and we don't, you know, I'm just finding a word to explain how we are impacted by negative people and beings who are trying to control us, right? And so the light codes that are coming in, these light frequencies, which some of you will have felt, right? And that it's coming, and it's been here for us, and it's coming more this August, and with the Lionsgate, it's like the streaming in and this blasting through. But it's like the grid, if you picture it as kind of having a kind of metal, and there's a frequency that's like and trying to like be disruptive. Now there's two things about that. One is the light can still stream through the filters through it, because it's a powerful light, but the negative are trying to do what they can to disrupt and thwart and distort it. I'm really hearing the word distort, okay? Our reality has also been distorted. So what they do is these frequencies come at us, okay, from not only negative people, negative beings, negative ritual, occult ritual, that kind of thing. This negative energy is deliberate, and these people are smart. You can say they're dumb, you can say they're smart, okay? So by that I mean it's like a narcissist psychopath who understands about higher truths, unfortunately using higher wisdom, okay, hiding it from us, using it against us in order to lower us down, okay? And there's so many aspects of that, okay? So they know about astrology, they know about numerology, and they use the dark side the dark side uses let's say the challenging aspects of the numbers, the challenging aspects of astrology to imprison and target us, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And let me know how you've been feeling that. But even we receive these frequencies even just through the electromagnetic fields, the electronics, and the 5G frequencies, and other energy weapons, things like that. So there's these things that are going on. That's why in previous videos, when you hear me talking about upcoming energy, and I get a moment of, there's going to be like earthquakes or whatever, and you will have heard me say it a few times now that particular ones feel like they are man-made. And we've got to look into CERN, we've got to look into, there's a lot going on, and things I don't know too much about, but I feel it and I hear it from a psychic level that we're being interfered with, right? And that some people, groups in power are able to activate negative earth happenings, which includes phenomena such as earthquakes, tsunamis, that kind of thing. So I felt that for my last video, through to July, and when there was this earthquakes that were happening, I think in SA, where am I going with that? I can't think, California, or where was it? San Diego or somewhere like that. I've forgotten now because I didn't look too much at the news. But those, it felt like man-made. And then I went to quickly look it up, and yes, some people that were from the alternative networks were talking about that. Okay, so There was also in Southeast Asia some flooding or a tsunami or something like that. Okay, so now funnily enough, so energetically the tides are turning, and so are we. The energy waves are coming, and we're moving along with this. So today, so by the end of our session today, I plan to allow us to assimilate those higher energies and to disintegrate the lower frequencies, okay? You know, and I would say also with that to be aware of what's going on, and you know, you can listen to the news and get involved in all this like alternative media. I mean, it's great. There's a lot of truth revelations. Be very discerning. Don't follow or believe everything as well, because there's a lot of disinformation or people just out there for their own agendas, right? But there's so much truth. I cannot tell you enough how much truth is out there that's happening, and people that are doing their part, okay? So I definitely have that hope and know that things are changing. It's also important, we've learned through these July energies to accept, okay? Accept certain people in your life, accept certain situations in your life, personal, work, and the world. And also accept where you are on your spiritual and personal path. So acceptance is really important, and there's an article I've been wanting to write for the longest time, and it's sort of half written from a few years ago, which is, the title is Acceptance is the New Forgiveness. So even just saying that, okay, so acceptance is the new forgiveness. Really let that infiltrate, because I feel an energy in that as I say that, okay. So when we've gone through when we go through these kinds of energy shifts, sometimes we forget. Those of us who are parents or who have kids around us in some way, shape or form, teachers, you know, sometimes we forget because we're so absorbed in all this stuff going on, especially when we drag down, we forget that kids get affected too. So if there are children in your life, teenagers as well, young adults, you know, they too can become really highly sensitive, hyperactive, you know, they can get down. Things within them can be coming up to the surface, right? And they might display some kind of odd or hyperactive activity, or have anxiety and stress, that kind of thing. So just keep an eye on that. And so while you need time out for yourself, just make sure you're there for your kids too. Give them space and a little bit of a leeway to be annoying, basically. Okay, so some remedies when we're going through these kinds of energy shifts, right, is not only the grounding, but also I was getting aromatherapy, so really use the essential pure oils to invigorate you. So right now I'm feeling the really invigorating ones, such as rosemary, or even the citrines, to just awaken something in you. Lavender is always, oh hello Buddy, my cat. You want to say hello? He's been meowing, so you might have heard him. He's actually a kitten, but he's a biggie. So say hello. Okay, thank you. And it's by no mistake, right, that he was meowing and coming to visit, because when I get to talk about the Lionsgate energy, it's all about cat energy. Okay, so I'll talk about that soon. So other remedies, certain crystals. So I did a video recently, and please do watch it, because it has really good information about lepidolite. It's been fantastic. This has been such a amazing crystal to work with, and that's just sort of made itself known to me in recent times. And I'm really getting strongly amethyst, which has always been one of my most favorite crystals from when I was really young. I just love it. It's so powerful, speaking to me today. Black tourmaline for protection. Any of the high vibrational frequency crystals. And lapis lazuli, very powerful. We're harking back here to ancient times, and we're connecting with Syrius and Egyptian knowledge, all ancient knowledge, ancient tribes. This is all about power, protection, and spiritual psychicness, and a lot more, okay? So I'll be talking a bit more about that too when we talk about Lionsgate. Okay, get out there and walk. Just go out in nature, take walks, exercise, just to release off lower frequency energy, and just to allow yourself to really receive messages and assimilate things. breathe. So, you know, my bare minimum, if for example, if I had I always prepare for sessions in advance, but if somebody was booking a reading with me and I just had like 1 minute to get ready, which I always give myself much more than that. However, if that were the case, the most simple thing I would do is breathe. The first thing I do is take 3 deep breaths, okay? In and out. And it's so releasing, and it is so centering, and it will connect you with the sacred. You can literally do that in 3 breaths, okay? And then there's that sacred trinity number of 3. Do regular clearing, energy clearing, and time to yourself is vital, especially empaths. Time to yourself. You're absorbing. You're such absorbing sponges, right? Time to yourself is hugely important, okay? And so hi to everybody that's saying hello, James. Okay, so awareness, activating, intending for your awareness to be open and just stating I am aware, and reminding yourself throughout the day how aware that you are, and see what comes to you. It's a highly psychic time, highly intuitive time. A lot going on in the dreamscape, and a lot happening on the astral. And the astral, otherwise a lot of people say the 4th dimension is the astral realms, and there's a lot going on there, okay? There is your dreams are connected to it. There is soul traveling, okay, with the good and the bad, okay? A lot of negative entities like to really infect us through that 4th dimension. So that's why you hear a lot of talk about the 3rd dimension and the 5th dimension and other dimensions, and people sort of like bypass the 4th from the 3rd and go straight to the 5th. So we're meant to be in this kind of act. A lot of us are in this 5th dimension, or we're sort of in and out of it, or that's the aim for people on Earth at the moment, to go from the 3rd dimension, which is that sort of typical human normalness, but it's a lower density where we're stuck in this sort of matrix system. And to bypass the 4th dimension and go straight to the 5th dimension is just going through your heart. And it's funny that I said that now, because the heart is very much the soul and essence of August and the Lionsgate energy, because the lion is connected with the heart. And that's why when I just quickly went to grab a few oracle card decks, I was drawn to this Archangel Power, and then I laughed when I looked at the cover, because there we have the lion. So on that note, let me talk about Lionsgate now. Okay, so every August, on August the 8th, we have what is called the Lionsgate. It's like a portal, it's a gateway, it's an opening. It's always on the 8th of August, okay? And there's a reason for that. So first of all, August is the 8th month, so it's connected with the number 8. The 8 is connected with the sense of power, and power, luck, success, all of those things that it's analogized with, monetary gain and all that kind of thing. But power is the huge one. And when we talk about power in the spiritual world, we're talking about spiritual power, empowerment, becoming more aligned with our higher self, okay? And the lion is associated with that sense of power and strength, such as in the 8th Major Arcana Tarot card, which is the Strength card, and it has a woman looking into a lion's mouth. There's bravery, there's courage, boldness. So that's what we're, to tap into. Okay, and then this month, the universal numerology number is 2, and 2 is about not only peace and harmony and balance. Okay, so it is important for us to really balance the energies, balance ourselves during this time. But also 2, like even in the Major Arcana of Tarot, it's the High Priestess. It's about intuition. So not only the peace and harmony, but the intuition, the psychicness, the prayer, the getting into your zone, basically, okay? And attuning to your higher self. You have 2, your lower self, your higher self, your soul. So strengthening that connection with the higher realms, as well as above, so below, okay? And that wisdom. So the Lionsgate, this is about the 2 suns aligning, our Earth Sun, powerful sun, full of light. You know, there's been a lot of solar activity. I mentioned the solar eclipse in my last video. You know, solar flares. There's been, like, the Schumann resonances have these moments of being really high, okay, high frequency. So then we have our sun, and then we have what they call the greater sun. I've forgotten the second, so I'll have a look. I've got an article about the Lionsgate. Okay, and we have the greater sun. I just forget right the second what it's called, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Lionsgate is a reference because there's the Leo constellation, right? And Lionsgate happens at this time when our sun enters the constellation of Leo. That's why the Leo is Leo the lion, you know, it's all connected. And this is really powerful platform. It's a powerful cosmic gateway and portal that is opening up, otherwise also referred to as the Stargate. Okay, now the ancients knew this. That's why the pyramids at Giza were all aligned, so that on the 8th of August, this alignment would be absolutely centered through a little hole, an opening in the pyramid, exactly aligned for that time. They knew this. They were preparing for this, right? And they wanted to harness and use this higher energy. But then we have these nefarious people and beings who also want to harness this energy. So this is one of these things that is really being, the Great Central Sun, that's what it's called. It just came back to me. Okay, this is, you know, so it's really been coming to me lately, a higher awareness, like it's that dot-to-dot connection expanding. I've had this much more of an understanding of all of this stuff, and it's all coming together, and it is for a lot of people as well who are searching for this kind of information and wanting this knowledge. I remember when I was a teenager and young adult, and you know, you hear this information about gods and goddesses, the Greek gods, but it never really made sense. It all just seemed mythical and fantastical, and these old stories and a sort of hard language and to understand. And even at university, I would have liked to have studied that stuff, but I was put off by that university way of teaching and how they don't allow you to understand from ground up, which is what I like to do. So I like to, if I'm going to teach something, it's from ground up, from the foundation. Where did it all start? And then what does it mean? But they just go all of a sudden randomly into this Greek gods and stuff. So anyway, so I've always wondered about it. And then we know, you know, that the Illuminati, who, let's just call it, I know some people who make these awesome videos, I think they're called Edge of Wonder, they call them the Illumidonkey, okay, so maybe I'll just use that term, the Illumidonkey, and that way we won't get, see, now I can't even talk because of all this, how do we say, what's the word when they, sorry, just one second. So what do they call it when they try to stop you from speaking? I can't think of the word right now because it is true. I just got a wave of that. I got a wave of, I won't call it an attack, but like stopping me from speaking because look, my throat is going. See, this is what they do. As soon as you mention or you talk about this kind of stuff, right, they try to bring you down. So they try to mute you. So that's why a lot of channels have been closing down, losing viewers, that kind of thing. They've been thwarted, censored. That's the word I was looking for. See, it didn't come to me because of that. But anyway, I can rid of that energy very easily now. So let's just let it go. So where I was coming to that is this understanding how these groups, such as the Illumidonkey, are using the Eye of Horus, so Horus, the Egyptian god Horus, in their iconography, okay, they do it in their videos, they do it in the architecture, okay, there's just one little tiny example. All of these things, the Isis, Horus, all of these things, what they do is they use these, they have a higher understanding of this goddess energy. They have their nefarious purposes and they use that to do their rituals and to actualize whatever, you know, horrible, negative things that they want to in order to control and terrorize people. Okay, it's a fact, it's true. This is not just nonsense talk. So I have a question there which I'll come back to. Bridget has asked me about, is there a process or energy movement for powerlessness? I'll try to remember, okay, for later. So, okay, so then the trick is that they're using yes, like Horus and Isis, and I forget what the other one is, but they're using the Trinity. So you know how powerful the Trinity is. So the negative people will use a trinity of certain goddess energy or other things, and they'll use it as an opposition to our Trinity, which is Jesus, the higher truth of the Trinity, which is Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit and the Mother Mary and all that. So they're using the negative version of it for their version of God, which is a negative one, which is that L person, right? Or the S person or the D person. I won't say the names now because let's just, yes, like Set. Someone said Set, exactly like Set. Okay, so do you understand? So that during this time, the reason why I'm saying all this, even though it's probably, you know, and I hope to explain it more in another video that's just about that stuff, is because it's all connected. So Lionsgate, where the Earth's sun, and we have the great central sun and the Orion belt, all in alignment with Syrius, the brightest star. So we have Syrius A, Syrius B. That's another awakening that I received about that, okay? Because we have good elements of the planet and beings from the planet Syrius, and we have the negative. So this is what the point I'm trying to get to is this beautiful high frequency, pure energy that is coming down to us during this alignment, is we can tap into this as for the positive benefit of humankind, and at the same time the negative ones try to harness that energy and use it for they use that power for their negative purposes, okay? So that's what I'm trying to get into, because sometimes well, not get into, but trying to explain, because sometimes with spiritual development and exploration, there is the good and the bad. It really is true. So we live in this duality. So sometimes we get a bit scared off by certain things, or we're not sure, oh, is that good or is that bad? And, you know, that's where just being really hooded, protected, using your intuition and discernment and not sort of jumping foolishly into anything in a hurry is your best kind of way to go about things. So what I've discovered over a long period of time is basically that truth of what I said. So this is a positive energy that is coming for us, okay, which is why so many people feel it during this time, and we feel that gateway opening. But what happens is that when light is coming in, then our darkness, our shadows rise up, and we either just have our own normal kind of shadows, whatever that is, stuff within us that needs to come out, and then you have the darkness too. So you know, that deliberate energy. So that's just understanding things. But if you sit in your center and you're grounded and you're doing your energy work and you're doing your self work and the spiritual work, you're doing the best that you can, you're clearing regularly, that kind of thing, you're staying as protected as you can be, and you're going about life the best that you can. That's all you can do, and that's what matters is your intention. And 2 steps forward, even if you go 1 or 10 steps back, you're going to go forward again. So this is the time they're showing me when you're propelled forward, kind of like if you're at the one of those roller coaster rides, and what's that one? There's one where you're like thrusted forward all of a sudden. That's what they're showing me, like a slingshot, right, or a cannon fire. Okay, so over this period of this Stargate opening, beautiful, powerful waves of light are coming through from the galactic center, and that's really the key about it. And I plan to do a separate video that just explains more about this powerful galactical alignment of the Lionsgate, which happens every August 8th. But it's all connected with a lot of sun energy that I was talking about, which is really powerful. And that's why, which I've mentioned I think last year or the year before, that often there's a lot of fire energy, okay, and also actual physical fires. A lot of, so you'll see on the news these fires that are happening, wildfires, that kind of thing. Okay, so from that, let me just get back to my page so I keep on point for today. Okay, also connected with the number 8 and the infinity symbol of the number 8 is our DNA, and this is a time of DNA activation. And the DNA with that infinity spiral pattern that it has. Our DNA is a storehouse of knowledge. It is also our area or our portal of connecting with our ancestors and higher truth, higher knowledge. It is a vessel of connection to the divine as well. And some of us will know our DNA has been interfered with, and we've been hybridized, and therefore we are dual. There's that notion of duality, and we have different parts of ourselves that we haven't quite integrated. That's why we feel in this lifetime that we're it's such a fight, especially into adulthood. It's bloody hard, okay, and it's this constant battle, and we sometimes, we feel like we're going insane with the individual battles in our head, if not the battles in our life with people around us, or the battle with reality and what it's like for us here on this earth in this set trap system. Okay, so does that all make sense to anyone? And do you have any questions about anything I've mentioned so far about those energies? Let me know. I'll come back to the powerlessness one soon. I just want to talk about a couple of the moons that we have coming up in the moon energy for August. Okay, so mid-August on the 15th, we have the full moon in Aquarius. I love Aquarius. Aquarius is a beautiful star sign. So if you're in Aquarius, celebration of you. So I'm feeling this is a powerful time on top of everything else, okay, of lunar activations and the Aquarius, because, we're said to be in this age of Aquarius, and I'm feeling there's a great link with that at the moment, that the portals, the openings are linking in with the Aquarian energy and the period, the epoch of great revolution and enlightenment, potential enlightenment that we're in. And that's a powerful activating force. We've come out of that, the Pisces age, and that there was a whole entrapment of blindedness in the system and through the papacy and the priesthoods I'm getting. Okay, so with the age of Aquarius, having really opened up for us, it's up to us to tap into these frequencies, okay? So with the Aquarian full moon, a powerful time, not only of releasing, which every full moon is, but of illuminated intuition. And let's not forget that Aquarians have a great imagination and really are quite out there and can be unique and eccentric. And let's celebrate that in that aspect of ourselves, because that's what it's all about, right? And it also activates our social selves, so our connection with other people and getting out there on a platform, the sense of community, humanity, that kind of thing. So these are some messages for mid-August, but also be true to you. Your voice needs to be heard. Express your authentic self, and detach from everything that's not true, and just come back to your own truth and the truth of the world, or any truths that you're looking for. Okay, and a sense of universal idealism, but let's frame that into a true hope that is grounded and that is real, and also bringing light in from the dark. And then with that, I would say that Archangel Uriel, feeling him stepping forward to shine a light on us and to shine a light on things, not only for that full moon, but for any time that you need during this whole period. Then at the end of August, on the 30th, because at the end of July, we had a super moon, a new moon, and now at the end of August, a new moon in Virgo. So Virgo brings up a real need for self-healing, self-nurturing, self-transformation, love, peace, harmony, beauty, all those kinds of things. And it's a real feeling of a regeneration and a rebirth and new ideas. But don't forget to blend in some grounding and practicality with all of that, so that you're not too out there. Because while it could be fun to be out there, we need to really bring things down and in a grounded way. It's really important. Also, I feel that people will be activating a sense of their service to others and their role, their life purpose, where each person is individually on that spectrum of helping others and being of service in your own way that is not depleting but rather empowering. So on that note, I had someone ask before about how do you sort of become empowered? How do you come out of disempowerment? Okay, there are different ways to do that, but what I would say for today is soon during the end of the session I will do a kind of activation, and let's just get empowered during that activation, and that will help you personally and everyone sort of tap into the energies and tap into their own self-power in their own personal way. Okay, so with that, let me know if you have any questions. I've seen the odd here and there, so okay, I'll just answer anything that I feel that I have a connection or resonance with. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'm just going to see if there's any other messages here from the angels and so on for us in general, and for the month of August. And let me know, I know that lots of people have been feeling miserable in the intensity, but has anyone been feeling the brighter side, or at least snippets of it? And can you feel that sense of the Lionsgate and that energy happening and coming? Because also with the Lionsgate, I did a separate post just recently of, have you been seeing cat signs or lion signs or anything to do with the cat family? Lots of people have been seeing cats or anything to do with cats, right? Or lions. And that is because of the Lionsgate. It's a cat energy. And there are said to be feline beings, cat beings, lion beings. There is a higher consciousness, just like the dolphins have a higher consciousness. And this is all of this sort of ancient knowledge, and this energy is around us. It is by no mistake, just like the Leo and the constellation and sign and that connection with the lion. Lion is all about power in a beautiful way. Okay. All right. So let's see what messages there might be for us on that note. Okay. Yes. So the first message that is coming through, which is a card that just popped right out, is how important it is to meditate. Now, I don't in a rush always say, everyone, you got to meditate, because don't forget, what I always like to say is meditation can be anything from simple breathing to a full-on guided or self-meditation. It doesn't really matter, but please don't feel like you have to meditate all the time or anything like that. I don't necessarily agree with that. You can have a meditative, contemplative sense of spirit. And hi to everyone saying hi, thank you so much. So even just going up for a walk or washing the dishes, you can be in that kind of meditative state. So what I am saying is, in those moments where you feel inspired or where you have some free time, or just make the effort to have moments where you do some kind of meditation, even if it's just sitting, breathing and opening yourself up, which I'm going to do one, so we'll do one all together soon. But what this card says is insights that come from quiet meditation. So that's what the energy is about. So we're really in this high, vibrant, high frequency time of really being having insights and awareness and messages being received. Also visitations from spirit or through our dreams. Has anyone had any of those? And guidance through our dreams, as well as through signs and synchronicities. So I've received lots of those. And also the need for more sleep, time off, stress release, seek relief from the outside world, that kind of thing. And I really get the feeling of being balanced, okay, and having that requiem. Yes, Jazz has said everyday contemplation. That is on point, absolutely. Oh, look at the card that came up. I'm so excited, you wouldn't believe it. Wow, there we go. And that's the one I showed you that's on the cover. And there are like 78 cards in this deck. Okay, so power, power, power. And do you see that word power there? An archangel power? Okay. I love this. And guess what number it is? Of course, it's 11, 11, 11. And the card says strength. Okay. And you know, I love this. It's very contemplative. So Jazz, you're very connected. Because look at this. They're contemplating. See that? They're in reverie. They're in awareness, a state of awareness. Okay, it's like when you see animals and their ears prick up and they're hearing something, or they're sensing even something that humans might not be able to, some kind of frequency or sound. It's like that. And so when you have this psychic awareness and you have that moments of intuition, it's like that. It's like you're propping up your ears and you're contemplative. So that's how it feels. So the traditional tarot cards, so these are more for our modern times, right? And then you have the traditional Rider-Waite deck style cards. And in that one, that's the one that I mentioned before with the woman looking into the lion's head. It's a more old stylistic kind of imagery. And with this one, okay, we have rather the sense that they're open, aware, out in nature. They're in a state of sort of mystical reverie and open intuition and awareness. There's a great sense of light. See the beautiful yellow colors, the fire energy, the sun energy, the solar energy that we've been talking about. But there's also a sense of the cloudiness and that kind of that gray doom, right? But she's in the nature, the fresh nature, and looking up and out. And we have the bird symbol there in the clouds, okay? Now, I am hopeless with knowing any difference between hawks and eagles and all that kind of thing. I would assume that's the eagle, and that's a great symbol, and both of those birds are great symbols there. Okay, and then the card says strength and grace. Grace, grace. So feel the energy of that word grace, okay, through kindness. Kindness, I feel, to yourself. Before you're kind to others, be kind to yourself. Do you know how many people are kind to others and shitty to themselves? Or maybe you've been shitty with other people. That's fine. We're all human. But grace and kindness to yourself first, and like really nurture that, okay? Self-confidence and forgiveness. And remember before I said that acceptance is the new forgiveness. That's my big headline. So accepting yourself, your situation, and other people and situations. So this is a month to really develop your sense of strength and power. So we'll do that through meditation and energy work soon. So a couple more things that I would say before I read any more messages is that this month is really about activating a number of your chakras, okay? So we have, first of all, I mentioned the lion is connected with the heart. And just the other day, that's why we have words such as, we all know there's a movie production company called Lionsgate. I would just guess that they're using the more negative side of things, but that's just a guess. They might not be. They might be using it in a positive, powerful way. Then we have Lion's, what's it called? Lionheart. So has anyone seen the movie Lion? That is a friggin' amazing movie. I love it so much. So powerful, pretty sad, but very powerful movie. And I don't know if it's the production company or the charity or something linked with that. The association is called Lionheart, okay? And then the other day I drove past a road, and what did it say? Lion's Heart Road. And then I knew, the Lionsgate energy coming up. So it's very connected with the heart. So if you just feel your heart energy right now, that is the key to everything. The heart chakra is yours alone. It is the power of your heart. So come into that heart space, and that's how we connect with the divine and with our higher self as well. We also have the third eye chakra, which is being very activated this month. So that is your psychic and intuitive self. We also have your upper chakras here, which are highly activating, and that's to connect with the cosmic energies coming through. So we'll do that today. The soul star chakra, which is the 8th chakra. So there we have the magic number 8 again. Also the solar plexus, very connected, that yellow color, right? Just like the yellows in this card. And I really connect that 8 energy to the solar plexus, because that is our seat of power and control. Okay, and yes, Jazz says she loves this time of year. I love it too. Last year I felt fantastic this time of year. I'm sure there was all the crap too, which is probably July. But there's, when you really hop into it, you can really ride along it, and it's amazing. And sadly though, I have noticed there's been a number of deaths happening. So do you know anyone in your personal life or heard of any passings? Because I've known of several this year and last year during that kind of July time, especially, or around that sort of time of year, a lot of passings. Okay, and you know, or the August period, and that would be actually a great way to pass if it's during a high energy cycle. Okay, so important to activate the chakras there. Okay. And also the sense of, you know what, have faith and hope, because, you know, hang on to those dreams and those things, because a lot of us who have wanted to sort of activate something in our life that is to do with soul purpose or service or our work, career, projects, goals, you know, there's been a lot of sort of stop and start, not a lot of consistency. The energy that, think of the doorways opening up to be able to activate and go that next step in your projects, whatever that is for you, and having and there's a lot of success energy with that 8 energy, which is all about money and success and that kind of thing. Okay, just see if there's any other messages. Yeah, it's a very celebratory time. Okay, so this is traditionally known as the 3 of Cups. You know, and cups is all about opening up your vessel, allowing in the light, and it's the positive side of emotions, connections with other people, and it's 3 is always about social, because you have 1 person, then you have which is self, you have 2, which is a partner, and then you have 3, which is the social sphere. And 3 is the energy number of this year universally. So it's about opening up your expression and communication and joining in with others. And if you've been feeling a bit in the dark, or like you don't really want to socialize, now's the time, like coming up, to really get out there and maybe enjoy some time out or some partying and that kind of thing. But do stand your ground. Do stay grounded. And, you know, there's a reason why airplanes are grounded, okay? And we need to be grounded. Why is a child, a naughty teen, grounded? Because they need to stay home for a reason, so they don't go wild and crazy or do the wrong thing or that kind of thing. So we need to be grounded to harness, to not only to harness the energies in a positive way and assimilate them, and stay connected to earth and not be too out there, but also to stand our ground and have our boundaries and be wise and discerning. In this image, there's the number 7, which is that great big illuminating spiritual number. And, you know, we've been talking a lot about the good and the bad. So, you know, there's the positive 7, the spirituality. And you can only just imagine how the negative use that number. So, see the sun energy, so it's all connected. These are powerful cards with powerful messages. The solar energy, we've had the solar eclipse, the sun energy, the great central sun, it's all connected. This beautiful light coming in, right? And then earth is in darkness, it's in the shadows, but at the same time we are strong. Okay, that's what's important. And, you know, in any of those cards, whatever other messages that you get, pay attention to that. It's a divine message for you. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to do any last messages here. If there's anything else that needs to be said, thank you, angels. And then we will do a little activation. Let me know how you're all feeling, how things have been for you. If you have any questions. All right, so it's a time of journey. It's a time of prayer. Hi, Gaby, welcome. You said you're a newbie, so welcome to this space. Okay, it's a time of activation. And also needing some self-discipline. So while things are changing, these shifts are happening, and we're sort of, this portal is opening, and we're seeing these high frequency numbers, 1111, and other variations of numbers, 222, 333, all those kinds of numbers that people have been seeing, 88, that kind of thing. You know, it's time for us to really think, okay, what is it I need to know? Where do I need to be? What the heck am I bloody doing? Okay, because last month it was really destabilizing, and we were like, it was that shaky ground that I talked about in my June-July video. And it was very felt that, you know, I don't know what I'm doing, what the hell's going on, I feel like shit, basically. So now's the time for us to sort of anchor in a new light and become ready for a new platform where self-discipline and self-awareness is required, so that, and healing, self-healing, healing the inner child, and most importantly, having that divine connection. And that's all you need, so that you don't need to worry and stress so much, because the lower energies can really bring us down in a lot of ways and cause a lot of grief, anxiety, and really wear us out and wear us down. So is that how you've been feeling? Pop me a note. Okay. So let's just get really settled now. And okay, breathe in and out. Okay, and let's intend to really work with the higher energies. I have a really powerful crystal here called selenite. It's a fantastic crystal to really not only help you feel protected, but also it's really high vibrational energy. It's very cleansing. Gabby says, I've been trying to open up my third eye and trying to connect with my spirit guides. Nothing but positive. Nothing yet but positive. I will. Okay. Absolutely. And you've got the right attitude, and that's all it takes. Okay. So not to push these things, that your awareness will grow and bloom at its own pace at the opportune times, in the right divine timing. And all you need is your intention to get started. It is a long journey. So just, you know, be willing, be ready, and then also sort of let go and detach, so that you can allow for things to happen, as well as shifts. I'm feeling, Gabby, for you. Lots of shifts. And I'm picking up on a dog. And speaking of dogs, I'll mention one more thing about the Lionsgate, is that now Syrius is known to some as the dog star, and it's also linked with the Dogon tribe of Africa, ancient tribe from Africa, who believe in these beings that came, such as the gods or whatever they called them. The dog star is a name also that the Egyptians termed Syrius. And there was a connection with that time, that powerful time in August, where because of the heat, and now there was the floodings of the Nile, and then the heat also causing the animals like the cats and dogs and so on to be really like tired and just lay about and be lazy in the sun. And so there's a connection with that too. There's also a connection with the constellation that looks like a dog. I think it's the Leo constellation or another constellation connected to that. And it has the shape of a dog. So that's all connected, right? So at the same time, see, I keep talking about these negative things, right? Because it really is a part of it. So dog is an acronym. See, these negative people, they use acronyms, okay? They change the letters around. They turn up numbers upside down, that kind of thing. Just like you hear about the inverted cross, they do inverted numbers, inverted sacred geometry shapes, all that kind of thing. So now, what is an acronym of the word dog? Can anyone guess? Let me know. All right, so what it is it's God, okay? So God is our creator. It's our infinite source of creation. And so the negative, and of course dogs are beautiful creatures, so nothing to do with dogs on their own, they're amazing and awesome, but dog is opposite of God, right, in terms of turning the word around. So perhaps it's a disguise for the fact that Lionsgate is really about lion, cat energy. Also, if you like, the opposite kind of pet to a dog would be a cat. So see how these things sort of all play up and play around, and cats were obviously, they were really huge in Egyptian times, weren't they? Yeah, Joan got it. She wrote God, well done. I've probably got a time delay, so well done. That's right, God. So let's get back to real God, real source, the real Jesus Christ, the real connection to the divine, the real, the most pure, the most high, the most safe, and the most true. Okay, that's our purpose for today, and hopefully for your spiritual journey in general. Okay, so the selenite crystal I'm holding is just that high vibrational kind of crystal, but this one is actually in the shape of a wand. I don't use wands, I don't do magic, anything like that. That's not my thing. However, there is a crystal healing technique where you can pull out negative energy that way. You can use it for chakra healing and that kind of thing as well. So it's just here, and it's just always on my reading table usually anyway. Okay. So breathing in and out, let's do that 3 times like I mentioned before. And if you're sitting on a chair, just really feel your back on the chair and your feet on the floor, and just breathing in and out. Okay, and again 3 times. Releasing as you breathe out completely and loosening up your body. And one more time, in and out. Letting go of everything that needs to go out of your body. Okay, good. So let's just bring in that light and asking for an activation of the highest energy, and asking the angels, Archangel Michael, for protection. Thank you, Jesus Christ, Mother Mary. And let's see what other archangels want to pop through for today. Uriel, very strongly. Very nice. Thank you. So feeling that Uriel energy, very golden, okay, that color again, gold, yellow, golden healing light, and shining a light. Reminding us that Syrius is the brightest star, and to picture ourselves as bright stars. And as you picture yourself as a bright star, you feel your energy expanding, and you feel like a diamond crystalline light, or a bright star light, or a golden light, or a white bluish light, whatever you feel empowered by. Okay, beautiful. And what other archangels are there here for us? Raphael, the healing energy, beautiful, soft healing energy, and it's the emerald green color, and a beautiful green healing energy coming through from Archangel Raphael. And the angels, asking all your angels, all your personal angels, your guardian angels, any angels around you, your spiritual team, your spirit guides, asking them all to step forward. Let's ask all of our angels and spirit guides, and anyone watching this video at any time from now, to all join together along with our positive ancestors of the light. Jesus Christ, we're asking God and all the archangels, let's ask them all to join hands and encircle us in a safe and sacred space. And just paying any attention to how you feel. Just feel that sense of warmth, that sun energy. And just close your eyes and visualize the sun beaming its bright light. Okay, beaming its bright light over you, warming your energy body, your physical body, all of your chakras. Beautiful. And now we're going to go higher, up, up, up. So let's move our consciousness into our heart, and then up, up, up through our third eye and crown. Let's move our consciousness to your upper chakras, the soul star. Up, up, up to the sun. Move your consciousness up, up, up to the greater central sun. Up, up, up to the higher realms. And up, up, up. Shift your consciousness upwards. Beautiful, and just feel that light. So if it helps you, think of it as a shaft of light and you're moving up, 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 up. Beautiful. Now we're asking you to tune into your soul, and you can do this through that feeling of being up or through your heart, whichever you're most comfortable with. Connecting to your higher self. Aligning with your soul and your soul family. Just got beautiful feelings there. Aligning with highest vibrational cat beings or lion family, cat family. But even on earth, if it's not, you can ask for the spiritual ones or the earth ones. Ask for it all. Aligning with the positive, benevolent beings, space and energy of Syrius. Allowing for DNA activations through the great central sun. Allowing light codes to just warmly fill our body. Activating your sense of your highest self, your highest potential, your highest connection with the divine. And as you expand your consciousness and your intentions, we ask that all lower frequencies, all lower density, negative energy just melt away. And thank you, angels, for assisting in it dissolving. Let's put it that way. It feels like dissolving. And if you need to, dripping down and away from you, or up and out, or just being taken away. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. Activating our highest light body. Allowing you to shine as the divine light being that you are. Developing and accessing your multi-dimensional awareness. Okay. So with that, we want to open up your crown chakra, the top of your head, and allow the light to pour in from the sun, our sun, the great central sun, from the Syrius star system, from the higher realms, from the angelic realms, the higher dimensions. Thank you, Jesus Christ, Archangel Michael, for protecting us and being here with us, helping us on our journey. Opening up our third eye to safe levels, our brow chakra. Activating our psychic self, opening our intuition, opening our ears to hear sound frequencies and harmonics. Beautiful, highest vibrational sound frequencies. You might feel the ears feel sensitive, or you're more conscious of sound. Opening up our throat chakra, which has felt so blocked, okay? So just releasing, opening it up. And as you open it up, you're just releasing all the yucky stuff, okay? Opening up your throat. Let's allow that light to come in, streaming down from high, high, high up. Okay, and as we open our throat chakra, we connect with the universal energy of 2019, the August energy as well. And we allow ourselves to feel safe to communicate and be our true selves and be unique individuals and to access our highest truth. And authentic selves. And going down to the chest area, I'm just feeling a little burning in the chest. So take note of how you're feeling yourself. Burning in the chest area, it's that warm, fiery energy, but also things that you've pent up. I feel a bit of scratchiness there. Okay, so allow that light to come down internally, down your throat to your heart. Allow yourself to open up your heart. Some of you, it doesn't feel safe to open it up, like there's some heart issues there. Heart is very key for this month and for yourself and for your divine connection. So open up your heart and allow yourself to give and receive love. And let's practice this right now. Let's all send love from our hearts to each other, heart to heart. And that's why they have that saying, heart to heart. connection or conversation, right? Radiating love heart energy, accessing lion heart energy, connecting our hearts to the lion energy. You could visualize a giant, beautiful, safe lion, and brave lion in front of you. Golden lion with a golden mane. From your heart to the lion's heart, and from the lion's heart to yours, and allow this to loop around. Now picture an infinity 8 symbol going between your heart and the lion's heart. Beautiful. Just feel that lion heart energy. Really see that lion looking straight into you. Big and brave, strong and powerful, in a majestic, pure, positive way. Allow and ask your lion to be your guide. Ask for any other guides or animal guides to appear for you. Okay, take a moment. Which animal comes? Or are there more animals, more lions, more beings? Who, what is stepping forward? Be conscious of that now. And at the end of the meditation, let me know what popped up for you. Okay. Now take a moment and look at that lion. And then realize all of a sudden, that lion is me. I'm the lion. So now you become the lion. Allow your body to integrate with the lion's body and awaken a sense of power. And as we do, we're going to move from the heart down to a solar plexus. Okay? You're the lion. If you're having trouble with that, it's okay. Just keep the lion image in front of you. Or just say affirmations like, I am lion. Hear me roar. Okay. So now in the solar plexus, I feel a lot of tightness, okay? Just keep the lion imagery up. So moving to your solar plexus, because the lion is all about the heart and also the solar plexus, okay? That's why there's a lot of yellow in those tarot cards or oracle cards with the lion energy. The number 8, the strength and power. Releasing whatever needs to go from your solar plexus. Feel how tight it is, so just releasing. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for assisting and releasing anything, any psychic attack from us. Okay, releasing from the solar plexus area. And shining a light on our solar plexus, opening, activating. Now picture a yellow sun in your solar plexus. And your yellow sun connects through your heart, up through to the sun and the great central sun and higher up. Now let's activate your sense of power, self-power. May you feel empowered. So bringing up your sense of power. More, up, power, light. Activating all of your DNA, all of the DNA within you, every single little morsel of molecules and atoms in your body on a subatomical level, opening up, allowing in those higher light frequencies. I'm just going to amplify those light frequencies now. Alright, and we're just quickly going to go down to the sacral, just under your belly, the lower belly. Alright, and clearing and opening that, and then the root, your base, clearing that, letting go of all worries. Let it go, let it all drip down, down, down and away, okay? Balancing, I see a lot of inflammation in the root chakra at the base of your spine and pelvis, okay? So really just focus on sending the healing energy through there. And of course you're doing this just as much as I am too, and our spiritual team here. Okay, we're in a safe and sacred space. Okay, I'm just going to use this crystal to let go of anything else that needs to go from our energetic bodies. Feel a lot of your psychic awareness opening up. And probably the toughest area has been the solar plexus as a group. Okay, letting go, letting go, letting go. Okay. Asking for our highest DNA activation, our highest light codes, all light codes of the highest of light and vibration to activate within us, and for our consciousness to align with a higher consciousness and with higher beings who are here to support us, to uplift us and to raise us. Okay, just feeling that sense of being raised and uplifted and electrified with a higher frequency. And as you do, you're shining your light. Now picture it beaming. I'm feeling through here, so picture yourself like wearing one of those headlights, okay? And it's just beaming out. So you decide, do you want to beam it in one direction like a laser, or do you want to beam it out to everybody? So first of all, just beam it out from you in general, where you are. Now beam it out to the group. Okay, let's allow that light to just merge and intermingle between us all. Shine as the entire divine light being that you are, connected with your higher self, activated through the heart. Allow your heart to be a portal to access the portal of the divine, and the divine portals opening up energetically for us. And expand and integrate that energy. And just see how you feel. Now notice feeling of peace, tranquility, lightness of being. Lightness as opposed to density, but also light as in light. Beautiful. Just feelings of being at peace. Okay, so let me know how you're feeling, or what came up for you. Let me know perhaps how you went with the animal aspect. And do you have any questions? So I'll just stick around for a little bit longer. If you have any specific questions, and also just your comments and notes of how things are going for you. I've seen your messages along the way, so I'm just going to look on my computer on my Facebook page in case I've missed anything, because you never know. Mercury retrograde still has a couple of weeks in the shadow period, so you never know what I might be missing. But at least there wasn't any other interference. Okay, so just going back to my page. Okay. So yeah, just receiving messages like thank you, you're very, very welcome. And I did feel a lot of warmth, a lot of heat energy. Maria said I had lots of animals come through. Yay! I really feel it, Maria. I really feel it. I got goosies. How exciting. I'm so excited for you. Yeah, lots of animals. Oh, I'm getting a little squirrel too. Did somebody get a little squirrel? There's a little squirrel running around right now. So what you can do too as a follow-up from this is to look up animal symbol meanings. So recently I saw a lot of swan imagery, one in my cappuccino froth, and then I saw a truck that said swan, and then my family go for the Sydney swans, so I saw other swans signs. So, but from this meditation you will have received your own, and you can come back and do it. You can do your own versions, okay? So yeah, I'm just want to go back to some of those messages. I am receiving them, so that's great. Maria said, beautiful and feeling at peace. Beautiful, love it. Joan, now I could see beautiful green all around you. Oh yay, I can still feel that actually. Well done for seeing and sensing that energy. I can really feel that greenness. I can see it through the camera right now as well. Actually, that green is, I've never seen that before like that. Okay, so yeah, for anyone else, see if you can notice that too. Pervy got a bunny, Maria got a bear. Oh, awesome, bear. Lots of hibernation and grounding needed for you. Okay, and the rabbit too can be a symbol of, you know, fertility and action and new beginnings. So Maria, flamingo, peacock, dolphin, lions and lionesses. That's it, you're so connected. The lioness energy is strong and empowering. So the person that did the post before about needing to feel more empowered, let us know how you're going now. Do you feel more empowered? And you know, you might need to go back and do it again, and it's a process, right? Pervy said she can see the green and golden aura. Awesome, around me right now. I can see it too. It's all around here, right? Yeah. So give that a try, guys. So if you're not used to seeing auras, all you need to do is just focus a little bit off. So focus to a point like there in the white area, and then just let go of your normal sense of vision and just sort of relax your eyes. And then in your periphery vision, see if you can see the haze around me. You might just see a glow, the halo, and you might see color. You might see more than one color, okay? So let's see who else. Yeah, Pervy said she can feel it. She said it's beautiful, and Joan said yes, and Maria, yes, I can see it. Yay. Okay, that is great. Okay, so practice that, guys, in your own time with other people too. But I can often see auras in people when they have a white background behind them. That's when it's most easiest to see. Okay, so I'm just feeling now with that green energy, that Raphael energy as well, and also whatever healing energy that is transmitting right now. Let's just do a little bit more of that. Okay, so I'm going to send you beautiful emerald green and a golden light energy. And just feel this emerald green golden energy coming towards you. And I'm just going to nurture through, down, do some inner child healing. Going down, down, down. That's it. Letting go. There's still some releasing to do, guys. I'm feeling some of you. Down your energy body and out. Okay. Alright, opening yourself up. Joan said, Nat, green all around your face and throat. Yeah, absolutely. I think I can see that too. Okay, so just emanating that green and just feeling that green energy. And if we're to get symbolic, green can represent the fertility, growth, healing, and just like the green, fresh pastures of grass, right? So it's a new landscape that we're all entering. Does anybody have any questions or anything else they'd like to contribute? What are the animals maybe that you've seen? So as I was saying, just look up spiritual meaning of the animal that you saw. I've got some animal symbol meanings on my website in the spiritual articles section too, or just do a random Google and you should find out lots of interesting information as well. So any questions about that? And I'd really like to know if anyone's been feeling a sort of this Lionsgate energy otherwise. So let me know. Otherwise, we're just sitting in this space of healing, okay? And you can come back to it at any time. Joan said yes. That's great, Joan. Awesome. Pervy said, seeing monarch butterflies and dragonflies. Beautiful. So there's that sense of freedom, isn't there? And that colour, uniqueness, transformation, and for you just feeling, reveling more in your sense of uniqueness. Just really see you, I've seen you in a room with a doorway that's been a bit closed, and you have so much colour, but your colour has been thwarted or like shadows over your colour. So I'm seeing that now it will come time to, and you could visualize this yourself, opening that doorway and the light that is so strong shining through, and then all the butterflies fly out and then you're free. And so feeling for you a lot more color, textures, patterns, even just in clothes and textiles, or just more color around you, or just as a sign in general. Okay. I'm going to have to finish soon, in the next couple of minutes, so let me know if there's any other questions. And just bathe in that beautiful green golden light. Also, during the month of August and around the Lionsgate time, go outside and really absorb the beautiful frequencies of the sun energy and that vitamin D, and just soak it all up. Okay, so I'm just going to let you know some little last messages. Sacred sounds, so really notice the sacred sounds. This is that frequency, so we worked on opening your air chakras and just really allowing yourself to be an open vessel for high vibrational transmissions, frequencies and sounds, seeing 1111, seeing the numbers, allowing yourself to go up a notch, so to speak, to access your personal truth. This is very much about the throat chakra. So if any of you are still having throat chakra issues, because my throat just started to get sore there, it's allow yourself, don't block yourself. So what I'm seeing there is, if you imagine that is you, the stone, and you're blocking that doorway, and it's funny how there's the doorway image that I was just talking about, the doorway and the light, right? So release the block, the frog in your throat. And actually I was thinking about frogs before this session, so if any of you saw a frog image or have a frog symbol at the moment, we'll be noticing frogs, but the message is frog in the throat. So allow yourself to rid of that frog in your throat, move it away. So picture, if you have a blockage in this area, throat, chest area, let's now imagine there's a frog, and that frog is going to absorb all that energy, okay, through its body, through its sort of slimy, thick little body, solid body, okay? And now we're going to let it hop out of your throat and away. It's going to hop, bounce into a water. It's going to let out all that energy into a water. Okay, and it's going to be free, okay? And then you can walk through that doorway without the impingement, the block through it. So that's important. So keep releasing. So this is a period where you're still releasing, okay, so that you can become an open vessel that I talked about. And then when you're that open vessel, not only do you allow the light to stream in, but you can access your highest personal truth, your soul purpose, and as the word says, talents, right? And see the yellow and orange is that sun energy. And this is very much an iconography to do with the inner temple, perhaps the Egyptian temple, and also your inner temple. And there's a doorway, and the doorway is slightly open. So go to that inner doorway, your inner temple, and access higher portal wisdom through your inner integral self, connected with your higher self through the heart area. Okay, and it's a very, very open vessel, and it's also the goddess energy on there with the two moons on the golden vessel there. But this is the very open one, and it's also that red sense of passion, okay, and fire energy. Okay, and then the last but never least, okay, we have this card, and I love this card. I've had it once before, years back, maybe even last year. Does anyone remember it? Okay, this is about evolution. See, you have grown. Now see the green pastures. It's the green light filtering onto earth. Not green, sorry, I meant to say golden. Golden light filtering onto earth through the sun energy, through the portal, through this, see this? Okay, then we have, imagine that to be your lower self. That's you in July, where it's like, everything's friggin' shit, okay? Then you're slowly getting up, but you're not quite there. Yes, you're about to take your leap of faith. You've got your light. That's you now, okay, unless you're still down there somewhere. And then this is what you're aiming for. You're reaching up to the light to be free. And there's the butterfly symbol. Ah, Perry, that's for you too, okay, of transformation. Transformation through not just natural evolution, because we have our natural, hi Shannon, natural soul cycles. We have our natural cycles on earth in this lifetime, and then all our past lifetimes, and all of our selves connected to our higher self, and the notion of reincarnation and evolution, and the evolution also of our ancestors and our human families and those that have come before us, and our soul's evolution, our higher evolution, which is more what this is about now, but it still speaks of the other ones too. So it's about opening yourself up and allowing yourself to understand and know that you are evolving. So let's finish off, because I have to go now. Let's finish off with an affirmation, a series of affirmations, activating affirmations. I awaken to my highest self. I awaken to my highest way of being, to my highest vibrational life guides, and any guides that are here for me now and in the upcoming month to assist me on my journey. Awakening all DNA codes, awakening a sense of empowerment, light, love, the highest vibrational timeline, accessing highest potential, accessing divine wisdom, being safe and secure. I am my highest self, and I am safe and well, and I access beautiful healing energy and angelic assistance in every second and minute of every day. And just keep those affirmations up. Make ones of your own. I am strong, I am empowered. I am a powerful light being here to assist. I am golden. Okay, and with that I sign off. Namaste, love to you all. Keep up the messages and talk soon. Okay, bye.